Welcome back, pranksters, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys 20 smart ways to sneak your favorite snacks and candy into class using everyday school supplies without getting caught. But before we jump into all that, I want to give a shout out to DIY Girl, the winner of my box of snacks giveaway. Also cool call the dude rad, he actually won a PlayStation 4 in one of my previous videos. Actually, here he is unboxing it. So now, I want to announce the winner of another PlayStation 4. Congratulations, Lorelei Durr. Not only are you getting a PlayStation 4, but you are also getting a game as well. This video was all made possible by you guys. We reached our like goal last video, so because of that, I am holding these giveaways. And as far as my next giveaway, I'm sticking to video games, but this time I will be giving out a Nintendo Switch. These are so much fun and entertaining, so I hope to give this out to one of you guys out there. This giveaway is open to everyone, and all you have to do to participate is leave a like on this video and also a cool comment telling me which of these life hacks was your favorite and why. Remember to try to stand out. Again, just like my last video, this giveaway starts once this video gets 10,000 likes before June 30th, 2019. So if you wish to win a brand new Nintendo Switch, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment on this video. Also, I recommend that you guys subscribe and turn on all your notifications, that way you guys are alerted sooner if you won. Good luck to all that participate. Now let's get started with these hacks. Here's a simple way to sneak a Slim Jim into class. For this method, you're gonna need a marker. This marker has enough room, but we will have to modify it. You'll have to do this at home, of course, and adult supervision is recommended, as you will need a Dremel to drill a small hole on the marker. This hole will help us to easily pop off the cap so we have access to the inside. All we do now is empty out the marker. Just pinch it with a pair of scissors and pull it out. What I like about Slim Jims is that they are covered in plastic, therefore it won't touch the inside of the marker at all when we put it inside. As you can see right here, the Slim Jim is longer, so trim it to size and then simply put the cap on and you can't even tell that there's anything inside this marker. Next time you're in class and you get hungry, simply resort to your marker and your Slim Jim will be right there. For this method, you're gonna need a bottle of glue just like this one. These you would find in any classroom. You're also gonna need a Ziploc bag. What I'm gonna do here is open up the bottle and dump it all out inside the Ziploc bag. We need this bottle to be empty and washed, so make sure it's super clean inside. At this point, we're gonna cut the bottom off, but we will not dispose of that piece, as we will need it later. There's a lot of space inside this bottle, so fill it up with your favorite candy. For this example, I'm using Whoppers. Once full, you can put the piece we cut out back and stick it on with a piece of tape, just on one side though, so it closes and opens just like a flap. If you push it in, it should stay put, and when you are craving some candy during class, simply open the bottom and that's it. As we all know, glue sticks make the best secret compartments, so get yourself the biggest glue stick you can find and empty it out. You can do this by twisting the bottom till the stick of glue comes out completely. Of course, it will leave some residue inside, so do your best at cleaning it. Once you clean it, fill it up with your favorite miniature candy. I'm gonna fill it up with some Smarties. If you put the cap on, no one will be able to tell that there's any candy inside this glue stick. It's nice to have when you have a sweet tooth. For this next hack, you will need a box of jumbo markers. What I like about this box is that it's big, but not only that, if you look closely, the front is open. It's like a little window and you can only see the marker caps. So we're gonna remove all the caps from the markers. Once you have all the caps ready, just line them up in a straight row and tape them together. Let's put them back inside and use tape to keep them in place so they don't slide down. Now you have room to put candy inside. On the outside of the box, it'll look normal, but if you open it from the bottom, you can have access to your candy. This right here is fruit by the foot. It's a long piece of candy. A lot of you guys already know what this is. It can actually last you all day if you eat it in small portions. A good way to eat this in class is to wrap it around your wrist like so. Remove a piece of candy from the wax paper to protect the rest of the candy. Now wrap it completely around your wrist. You can cover it up with a wristband so you can easily be eating this in class and you will definitely not get caught. This is a simple way to use a binder clip to sneak some candy into class. You'll need the biggest binder clip you can find and some tissue paper. Tear off a small piece from the tissue paper and ball it up until you are able to fit it inside the binder clip on one end. At this point, you are able to fill the binder clip with your favorite miniature candy. I'll be using sweet tarts for this example. To cover up the candy, we are gonna use another piece of tissue paper. Yes, it looks weird, but no one will suspect a thing. You'll be able to enjoy your favorite candy without anybody noticing. Inside this pencil holder, I have taped a row of crayons to make it appear less suspicious. But if you slide it open through the other side, you can clearly see that there's a lot of room there to store some candy, which is what we're gonna be doing, but we are gonna be smart about it. To accomplish this, you will need a giant eraser like this one. Here I have already carved this one out, so on one side it looks like a normal eraser, but on the other side, there's room to hide our treats. So stuff it with your favorite candy and put it inside the pencil holder. The eraser will hide the candy underneath. Now if you open it up on one side, it'll look normal as you can see right here. It's just crayons, and the other side just contains a giant eraser. So we can easily get away with taking our candy into class. Just reach into the pencil holder when you get hungry. Your candy will be underneath that jumbo eraser. If you have a big book like this one, it can come in handy when sneaking candy into class. A book like this will easily help you eat candy while your teacher is giving his or her lecture. What I like about this book is how loose the label is. If you open it up, it provides enough space underneath to put some candy. I suggest you use tape to keep the book pages opened. That's all there is to this. Pretend like you're reading, but in reality, you'll be eating some candy. Right here I have my homework, and yes, I'm doing it in class, but the best part about my homework is that it's on a special clipboard. I love the fact that this clipboard has a compartment underneath. See, you just open it and look at all that space it contains. Perfect to store some candy inside. So do just that. You'll be able to put a lot of candy in there. Now just pretend like you're doing your work and from time to time open it to get a piece of candy. As you just saw, not a lot goes into this. Just go purchase a clipboard like this one at Walmart and that's it. Here's another easy way to sneak some fruit by the foot into class. You'll need two identical rulers like these. It's best if they are plastic and clean, as our candy will be touching them. Take a strip of fruit by the foot and make sure that it's the same length as the rulers. Just sandwich it in between them. To hold everything in place, use a couple of strips of tape, but only on one side. The ruler will look identical on both sides, but when you open it, you'll have easy access to your fruit by the foot. It's just that simple. This is my binder, and as you can see, it's opened. In one of the pockets, it contains my homework. Now, there's nothing suspicious about this binder, right? Well, this binder is gonna help us sneak some candy into class, and here's how. Simply cut a slit on the bottom of the binder pocket just like this. Once it's big enough, load up some candy inside the pocket and close the binder. Keep the binder on your desk at all times during class, and when you get a craving for some sugar, you can easily slide the candy out through the pocket. I recommend that your binder doesn't have a see-through pocket, but either way it still works. These are Pixy Stix, and I've shown you in previous videos what they are. They contain flavored powder inside. Well, a good way to enjoy these in class is to get a regular pen like this one. It's a very basic pen. Pop out everything because we're gonna gut it out. We basically want the inside to be hollow. Take your favorite Pixy stick and tear off one end. Put the tip of the pen back, and now we're gonna insert the Pixy stick inside the pen. It's quite snug, but it should fit in perfectly. The cap will cover the other end of the pen. Looks like a regular pen, so keep it handy, and when you need some sugar, you'll know where it's at. I like the fact that most teachers allow you to have a water bottle in class. That is perfect because that's what we will use for this next method. For this example, we're also gonna use bubble tape. Just undo the label of the water bottle, but don't tear it off. Take a strip of bubble tape and tuck it in between the bottle and the label and wrap it back up. Doesn't get much easier than this. At this point, you can't even tell there's any gum there. When you get a craving for some gum, you'll know that it's in between the label and the water bottle. Now, if one strip of gum isn't enough for you, then just get more strips and tuck them underneath the label. take a look at this pencil box right here. I like it because it's big and it has a lot of room for many pieces of candy. But if you notice the top of the pencil case, it's see-through, so just like we've done before, we will have to be smart about this. Just know that you will need a lot of pencils for this method. Basically, we're gonna line them up and tape them together. They should look like this. What we're gonna do is tape these to the inside of the pencil cover so it looks like a box full of pencils. Try to cover the whole thing. Now it definitely looks like a box overstuffed with pencils, which is perfect. All we do now is fill up the box with our favorite pieces of candy and close it up. No one, not even the teachers, will suspect anything. And if you want some candy, just open it up and you'll have an assortment of candy to choose from. Of course, it would be easy to sneak some candy into class using your backpack, right? It has a lot of space to stuff it with all kinds of candy, but we're gonna make it less obvious. You will need to make a cut on one of the straps of your backpack, so turn it over and with a blade, make a slit. Now, we're gonna attach a zipper on it so we can easily open it and close it. It's easier to glue it on rather than to sew it on. We basically just created a pocket on one of the straps. The longer the zipper is, the more candy you can store inside. Any time of the day when you start craving candy, simply just unzip the strap and there's your candy. We're gonna be using a large box of crayons. The bigger the better, because that way you'll be able to take more snacks into class with you. So for example, here I have a big box, and what I like about this box is that the inside you have two smaller boxes, and that is perfect because we'll only be tampering with just one. So let's flip this box upside down and open it from the bottom. Let's pull out the box of crayons and empty it out. Just know that you'll be sacrificing all these crayons. Basically, we'll be trimming them down as well as the smaller box. So let's get started with that one first. Here I have marked it. I only need about an inch of it from the bottom, so that's what I'll be cutting, and for this example I'm using my trusty blade like always. This is what we're left with, guys. The rest you can dispose of. As for the crayons, they will also be trimmed as I already mentioned. Basically, we will be cutting the tips because those are the ones we will need. This is the most time consuming part of this method. You can use blades or scissors, whatever works for you best. As I'm cutting them, I'm putting them inside the smaller crayon box. Once filled up, you can put the crayon box inside the big one with all the crayon tips. It should be quite snug, especially if you use double-sided tape once you slide the box in to keep it in place. So let's flip over the box and open it. As you can see inside, now we have our secret compartment ready. It's plenty of room to store some food inside. My snack of choice for this method will be some takis. So I'll open the bag and stack as many takis in there as I can. I was able to fit this much in there, guys, so now I'll be able to close the flap and the crayon box will look as normal as always, except that now it has chips inside. So next time you're in class doing your work and you get hungry, simply open your crayon box and the chips will be right there at your disposal. If teacher approaches you, simply close up the box and that's it. Open up the box from the top and look. Nothing to see here, it's just a regular box of crayons. There's no reason for your teachers to suspect anything. At this point, you'll be able to calm your hunger when you're in class. So now let's move on to our next one. Here I have a glue stick, and yeah, I've used glue sticks many times as secret compartments in the past to sneak food and candy into class, but this next method is a very clever one. Let's begin by popping off the top and twisting the bottom so we can easily pull out the stick of glue. I never quite understood why it's purple, but oh well, it has to go because we really don't need it. This is what the inside looks like. It's got glue residue all over it, and even though it's non-toxic, we're still gonna wash it, but before we do that, here I'm gonna cut off the spiral that's on the center because it'll just get in the way. You can use a small pair of pliers for this. Okay, so I just washed the inside and it's super clean. I also cleaned the cap, so now we can proceed with this little hack. Here I have some dum-dums, which are very small lollipops, and they come in all kinds of flavors, so choose your favorite. The best thing about these is that they fit perfectly inside the glue stick. With a pair of scissors, poke a hole on the center of the cap just like this. Make sure it's just the right size so we can slide our lollipop stick through. Do that from the bottom and then pull it. Once you have the right measurements, we are gonna trim off the lollipop stick so it's leveled with the top of the cap. Should look a little something like this. Yeah, you can clearly see the white spot on the center, but it's not too noticeable that it'll make anyone suspicious of this glue stick. The last step, guys, is to add more flavor to our lollipop. So here I have some Pixy Stix. These are basically flavored powder, and just like the Dum Dums, they come in all kinds of flavors and colors. Open a few Pixy Stix and dump them inside the glue stick. Put the cap with the lollipop inside and you're done. The more you lick the lollipop during class, more Pixy Stick powder will stick on. So therefore, you'll have plenty of sugar to get you through that school day. It's a very fun and mess-free way to enjoy your favorite candy while in class. For you big eaters out there, this next hack is perfect for you because I'm gonna show you how you guys can sneak your whole lunch into class without getting caught. Here I have a large thick book that I got at the store. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna build our own book based on the size of this one, and yes, we will be needing this book cover for this hack. On this foam board, I've drawn all the dimensions of the book. Remember, it has to be the same size, so I made sure I got the right measurements. The next obvious step is to make the cutouts, and for that you can use a blade like this one. It shouldn't be hard at all. With hot glue, let's begin assembling our new book. If you did everything right, it should look like this. Now, as far as the top cover, we are not gonna glue it on, but rather we're gonna stick it on with a piece of tape. Just one piece is enough, so we are able to open it and close it. We can now place the cover on our new book. You might need to trim off a piece and use glue to keep the cover attached to our fake book, but that's pretty much it. The next step is to just put our lunch inside. As you can see, there's plenty of room inside to put all kinds of snacks, such as Lunchables, juice pouches, pizza, my favorite, hot wings, and why not a corn dog? You can also dump a whole bag of hot Cheetos inside and you'll still have a lot of room to spare. How it works is you keep the book on top of your desk at all times throughout the day, and when your stomach starts to make hunger noises, simply just lift up the top of the book and your food will be right there, ready to be eaten. No one will notice anything because it does look like a real book. Once you run out of food, you can simply just put more in, and your days of being hungry in class will definitely be over with this method. Alright, well now we're gonna use a large 3-ring binder to help us sneak some snacks into class. The binder I have here is 2 inches thick, so if you find a bigger one, even better, because it would make this method a whole lot easier to prepare. We're also going to be using a pencil holder like this one. We'll be modifying its size in order for this hack to work. But again, you'd save some time if you actually got a bigger binder. With a pair of scissors, we're gonna split the cover of the pencil holder down the middle, so make sure to be as precise as possible with your cut. Next, we're gonna join both pieces together so they overlap just a little, just like so. At this point, we're gonna hold them down in place with some tape. So basically, we're gonna be making this pencil holder a bit thinner. We will repeat the same process with the inside case of the pencil holder. So with your scissors, cut it in half and tape it back up, but in a shrunken version. Here are both pieces and I'm gonna join them together just as they were before. The case slides in and out perfectly. When it comes to the binder, we're also going to modify it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the rings from the inside, and the best way to do that is to cut around the button on the outside of the binder, just like this. You can do this at home with a kitchen knife. Just be super careful when doing it. Once you get rid of those buttons, you should easily be able to remove the rack from inside the binder. We're gonna take our modified pencil holder and stick it inside the binder right on the middle, and tape is best for this. Now look, I can easily close it and the pencil case does not get in the way. In fact, you can't even notice it. Of course, it helps that the binder and pencil holder are the same color. I got this retractable badge holder at Walmart. One end I'm gonna attach to the case inside the pencil holder, the other end I will stick to the binder. For this example, we'll be sneaking in our Twinkies, so slide open the pencil holder and put the Twinkies inside. Unfortunately though, I was only able to put 1.5 Twinkies in there, but that's okay, it's just enough to get us through class. So now guys, we are done. If you happen to be in class and you're starving, simply pull out the pencil holder and your Twinkies will be right there. The best part is that if you let go, it retracts inside by itself thanks to the badge holder. It would be really hard to get caught just because how fast the Twinkie disappears. Now you see it, now you don't. It disappears in the blink of an eye. What I have right here is a red sports bottle, and I was quite surprised to know that these are actually acceptable in most classes. Teachers do allow their students to have water bottles, or in this case, non-see-through sports bottles. We are gonna use this to our advantage because if you're familiar with Lay's stacks, these come in a container that looks like a sports bottle, except for the top of course, but that's okay because we're gonna modify it so it looks exactly as a sports bottle and nobody will be able to tell the difference. By the way guys, these chips are delicious and you totally get your money's worth as they are only $1 and change at Walmart. So here's what you do. First, let's get rid of the label because we definitely don't want anyone to know that there's chips inside. Hopefully you do a better job at scraping off the residue. Flip the chips container upside down because we'll be working with the bottom. Here what I'm gonna do is unscrew the top of the red sports bottle and I'm gonna glue it on the chips container. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, it works. So now it looks like a regular sports bottle and my teacher will have no reason to doubt it's anything other than a sports bottle with water. Now, when you're in class and you're doing your work and you get a craving for chips, just lift up your new blue sports bottle, open it from the bottom, and slide out a stack of chips. That's all there is to this, guys. You'll satisfy your cravings like a boss. And those were 20 unique ways to easily sneak food into class using everyday school supplies. No longer will you have to be hungry while in class. Just try these methods out. Now before I wrap up this video, I want to remind you guys that I'm giving away a Nintendo Switch, and all you have to do to participate in this giveaway is leave a like on this video and a cool comment. This giveaway begins once this video hits 10,000 likes before June 30th, 2019. Remember to subscribe to this channel with your notifications turned on, that way you guys find out sooner whether you won or not. Best of luck to all of you that participate. I'll be seeing you guys in my next video.